Hi, you all. Hi. Okay, we're gonna get into this conversation. I was on social media and I actually saw some people asking me to comment on this situation with Cardi and Offset, and with her taking Offset back. So I just wanted to give my thoughts on this, and I just want to say, first of all, thank you all for subscribing and supporting the channel. I deeply appreciate it. From time to time, it's always fun to talk about certain topics that affect women especially, and this topic was trending on social media, and I had so many people on social media, on Twitter, asking me about this, and we were talking about this because, I am a Cardi fan. I do like her music, and I'm very happy for their success. I'm very happy for anybody's success, to be honest with you, that has a good personality, and gives back to the community. So I like how she speaks up for women, and she speaks up in politics, which she doesn't have to do. And she can, because she's a celebrity, she's a singer, she's a rapper, so creative director, fashion designer. She does a lot of things. And her music videos are so well made, and a lot of times it's actually Cardi who is the creative genius behind those music videos, and they're really good. So before I talk about this whole situation with Offset, I just want to say that we were talking about this on social media because a lot of people like Cardi B. A lot of people tend to like her. She's funny. I think Cardi B is so funny, and she has a great personality. She has an awesome personality. So anyway, I'm going to share my thoughts on the whole Offset thing. So, of course, it was Cardi's birthday. She threw a birthday in Las Vegas. It was gorgeous. I love Las Vegas. It was I mean, just gorgeous. And the pictures that I was seeing from her birthday were so beautiful. I mean, whoever her photographer is, or her whoever her photographer is, or her what do you call it, not a fashion designer, but the person who makes her outfits every day or whatever, you guys are doing the damn thing, okay? And people were the whole week, right, with her birthday, people were like, oh, why is Offset there? Why is he there? And apparently he got her this super expensive Rolls Royce, right? Like, we all saw the pictures of him getting her this super expensive car. So of course we're all like, all of our jaws dropped. At least my jaw dropped, because the car was gorgeous. He always gets her these beautiful cars. Now keep in mind, Cardi is a Libra, okay? So I'm a Libra moon, Cardi's a Libra. I also am a Libra Mercury. And my birthday is this month as well, in October. And so you have to understand the Libra nature, right? Of liking nice things, beautiful things, Venetian, Venus, that's all Libra. Beauty, enhancement. Kim Kardashian's a Libra, Cardi's a Libra. Libras in general love beauty, love the finer things in life. So Offset, I believe, is a Sagittarius, right? So the fact that Offset got her this car, I mean, naturally it works, it just naturally works. Him getting her a car that is gorgeously stunning, and apparently it says she can't actually drive it. I mean, he keeps gifting her cars for her birthday, but apparently, allegedly, I guess, they're saying that Cardi can't drive, but he keeps getting her stuff. He keeps buying her different cars and stuff. But regardless, the Libra nature, the nature of a woman is, naturally drawn to things that are attractive. The nature of a woman is naturally, drawn to things that are beautiful, right? So the fact that he got her this thing, these cars, and all of this gifts and stuff, of course she's gonna like it. You see what I'm saying? Of course she's gonna like it naturally, especially being a Libra. She's gonna appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who the hell wouldn't appreciate that? So fast forward to now, and once again, social media is blowing up because she is saying that she misses him. And Cardi, and they're married. They're husband and wife. They're not boyfriend and girlfriend. They're actually married. So now on social media, she's saying how she misses him, and in her own words, excuse my language, dick is hard to find. She that's what she said, allegedly, on social media, that it's hard to find, you know, penis, I guess. I don't know what else, you know, in true Cardi style, what else would she say, right? So I'm over here like, wow. So here we go again, right? So here's what I feel. They're married, they have a daughter, you know, the daughter's cute, gorgeous, right? They're married, you know. I don't like divorce. You know, me personally, I don't like divorce. You know, divorce is an option, and divorce is there for a reason. But it should always be the last resort, right? Divorce should always be used in a situation where you can't patch things up, you can't heal. Like, divorce is there when you can't see your life with this person, the person's being abusive, you know, whether it's financially, emotionally, infidelity, right? These are the main reasons as to why people get divorced, is normally, for most people, over money or cheating. Okay, that or could even be so severe as physical or mental abuse, you know, being abusive towards your partner. People get divorced for those reasons. So let's go on the checklist, right? So Offset has pulled many stunts where he's gotten Cardi back. You know, he went on stage one time and gifted her, I think it was like this huge, you know, sign. He went on Instagram and was saying how he misses her and how he wants people to reach out to her for him. So he obviously knows, his wife, you know, he knows how to wiggle himself in and get her back. So the first thing I want to say about the whole situation is, divorce is not good. Divorce is never good for anybody. When a family breaks down, when a family breaks up, you know, it's never a pretty sight to see. And divorce should only be used if both parties, if not one party, extremely, you know, feels that there's no way they can be back together. There's no way that they can, you know, kiss and hug and make love and live in the same household, you know, in peace. So that's when you divorce. So what Cardi did was go out of her way to say, listen, I'm sick of arguing, right? Because arguing a lot of times can escalate into people saying things that are really hurtful, right? Arguing with your partner or your spouse can escalate into sometimes even physical arguments. So Cardi's reason for filing for the divorce, right, was a couple weeks ago, was under the idea that she herself said that she was tired of arguing. She was tired of him treating her the way he was treating her. Now, we don't live in their house, right? We don't live in their house. We don't know them personally. So we don't know to what extent she's talking about, right? We don't know exactly what she was arguing with him about. You know, it could have been work schedule, it could have been anything. But naturally, you know, on social media, people say, oh, it's about infidelity. The reason why people assume that the reason why she filed is because of infidelity, when in reality, she could have filed for multiple reasons. It may have just not been infidelity or him cheating on her. It could have been a lot of things. Maybe they just were not, you know, she felt like the relationship was over, you know. Sometimes people file for divorce and they think to themselves, well, you know, our relationship has ran its course, you know, like, I want to go my own way and you want to go your own way. But here's the kicker. Offset did not want to get divorced, right? Like, she wanted to leave. Cardi wanted to, apparently, if what she was doing was in a real light and not just to scare him, like, if she was serious about it, she's the one who wanted to leave. Offset didn't really care either way. He wanted to just stay married. He wanted to just be a part of, you know, together legally. He wanted it to be Cardi and him. So as we all know, Offset did not want to get divorced, and Cardi went ahead out of her way and was telling people that she was single. All over social media, Cardi was saying that she was single and she was happy about it. So in that respect, I feel like if somebody in a marriage, I mean, I've never been married before, but my opinion is that, if two people, if it, well, not even two, if one person, right, if one person in the relationship or one person in the marriage is really, really unhappy, right, and is feeling like depressed, feels like they can't do it no more, then naturally, the other person has to simply accept what is. If you're married to somebody and your partner wants to leave you, either you get them back, and you get therapy, or you guys work it through, or the person's gonna pull even more away. If the person is really unhappy with you, the mature thing to do is try to get help, like therapy, work, talk through the issues, or convince that person, right? Convince that person that you're going to change. So if we look back at Cardi and Offset's history, Cardi's threatened him a lot to leave, right? Cardi has said to Offset multiple times, I am going to leave. I'm going to leave. I think there was even a incident where Cardi was actually charged for beating up, I think it was two strippers. Someone in the comment section can tell me more of the details, but wasn't there a situation where Cardi had to, well, she didn't have to, but she beat up like two girls at a strip club. I believe something along the lines of they were hitting on Offset, or there was something about Offset and the two girls, the two strippers or bartenders or whatever. They worked at a club. Okay, these two girls worked at a club, and for some reason, Cardi allegedly beat them up, and I think that she actually was getting charged for beating them up because of Offset. So, closing on the divorce point, that's how I see that situation. Now, going into them getting back together and what social media is saying, and how this situation plays out a lot, in society. Like, this dynamic plays out a lot, amongst us people as well. Now, the whole thing with them getting back together. So how can I say this nicely? Me personally, if a man is making me want to beat up another woman, where someone presses charges on me because I'm beating up a woman, or I'm anything to do with fighting, stalking, social media fights, like anything to do with that kind of stuff, to me is so toxic. And so when it comes to the question if Offset will cheat again, and my thoughts on her going back to him, or taking him back, because she's taking him back. After so many times she said to him, I'm done, I want to be single. You've disrespected me, you've cheated on me openly. And what concerns me about this is that I don't want people around Cardi to pressure her to need to be with him, right? I don't want people around Cardi to make it seem like she has to take him back. For the child, for their daughter, it's best to raise their daughter with both of them in the same household, and be together. That's a no-brainer. But I'm saying, in terms of their own marriage, their own relationship, just Offset and Cardi, not putting the child in the mix, just Offset and Cardi, it's a red flag. Okay, it's a lot of red flags. And a lot of people are up in arms on social media because they're like, oh my God, how is she taking him back? Like, look at how he's treated her. Look at how many times he's cheated on her. Now, what I'll say with that, people saying, oh, how could she take him back? Well, listen, if Offset cheats again, right? If Offset cheats on her again, we're not going to say anything, right? If Offset cheats on Cardi again, none of us should be surprised. No one should be surprised. At this point in the game, after what, at least a year, they've been married for at least a year plus. At this point in the game, Cardi knows what she's signing up for. Cardi knows the type of man she married. You know, Cardi is now going to see his true colors. Okay, so will them getting back together last? It could. I mean, if they both work out their own situation and their own problems with each other, I'm sure it can work. But I just can't help but to feel like it just makes Offset, it makes Offset look like he's winning. It really makes it seem like Offset is able to have his cake and eat it too. And this is exactly why I think so many women on social media were so angry. We're so angry about her taking him back, because a lot of people were like, why is she doing this? Why is she taking him back? Why is she why does she need him? And that's a question and an answer that only Cardi can figure out. You see what I'm saying? Only Cardi can figure out and know in her heart why she's taking him back. Only she's going to have the answers, right? But I'm not gonna judge it. I'm not gonna judge it, because I don't like to judge someone else's relationship. Like, we have no idea how they are together at home, right? We have no idea how they get down. But what I will say is, if Offset cheats again, what will she do then? I'm a little confused. Like, what she said, okay, so what Cardi said about filing the divorce papers this time was the fact that she said in her own words that she did not want to argue. She said in her own words that she did not want to argue. She was tired of arguing with him, and that before he was to cheat on her, she wanted to leave. So some people are more extreme. Some people are really, really extreme and say, well, the first time the person cheats, you should leave. But if you have kids, or if you're married, it's hard. If you're not married to the person and they cheat on you, you can easily leave. You can easily leave. But if you are married to this person, you have a child with this person, I can only imagine how hard it is to feel like you're breaking up a family. I can only imagine how hard it is, how you feel that you are the one who is going to be blamed for breaking up the family. Both of them are going to be blamed for, not being able to make it work. So I think it's strange. I think the whole thing is strange. And a lot of people are saying, it's so typical, it's so typical that women, have to be under these conditions of, taking somebody back when they don't want to. Like, a lot of women have to take people back, a guy back when he's acting horrible to her. But that's her choice. Every woman out here who takes their boyfriend back, or whoever back, because they miss them, even though they've cheated on them 1,001 times, what you have to understand is that I believe in that whole thing, once a cheater, always a cheater, okay? That is one thing when it comes to dating or being in a relationship that I 1,000% stand for. Because if somebody can do it once, they can do it again. Bottom line. So has Offset done this more than once? He has. But she took him back. And she thinks that it's what's best for her and her daughter, I'm sure. And, more power to her. Any woman who thinks that, they're better off together, great. But the problem now is how much of an emotional loop, how much of an emotional loop is she going to go through? Like, that's the only thing that kind of scares me for her, is that she's obviously seeing red flags. She's obviously seeing, a lot of warning signs. Like, no woman's going to file for divorce that loves a man for no reason. You know, I mean, no real woman that has, you know, any kind of common sense is just gonna file for divorce for little petty things. Cardi did not file for a petty thing, right? Like, we saw the evidence. There's actual evidence that he cheated on her. So no one can say that, oh, he didn't cheat. He did cheat multiple times. So, you know, I'm all for family staying together. You know, I'm all for family staying together, and through the highs and the low. But here's the thing, you know, Offset got to change. Like, the bottom line is Offset has got to be a better man for not only his wife but his daughter. What kind of example is Offset setting for other men out here in society? And the reason why I'm saying it like that, because these celebrities, you know, unfortunately, you know, celebrities do have an influence on society. You know, people were saying this on social media, like, it's a good point that a lot of times what celebrities do, you know, us people who are not celebrities tend to do, you know, or look up to, or whatever. And so you have to be mindful of what you put out here. And someone put that on social media, and I agree with that statement. Like, whether celebrities like it or not, you know, they represent, you know, they represent in some shape or form, you know. And what is Offset gonna do? Like, how is Offset gonna prove that he is a better husband, a better man? I have a sneaky feeling that it's not gonna change. Like, whatever Cardi's experience with Offset, more than likely is not gonna change. But like I said, you know, I'm all for families staying together, and I want to root for anybody, you know, who's married, especially with children, to stay together. But the problem is that is Cardi expecting him to not act up? You know, that's my concern. Like, if he does cheat again, is she gonna, like, what's gonna happen? Is there gonna be a spiral? Is it gonna lead to any kind of, like, abuse on her end, or like abusing anything? Like, a lot of times when these things happen, people tend to, you know, really act out. You know, when you are in a bad relationship with somebody that you're madly in love with, but, you know, you and this person have so many issues, like, I can only imagine how hard it is to get yourself unstuck from that. You know, I can only imagine how hard it is for you to kind of pull yourself away from all of that. You see what I'm saying? So I just really think that, you know, you got to do what's best. You got to do what's best for you. These cards are annoying. You got to do what's best for you. But I don't think that she should be surprised if he, you know, has a wandering eye. You know, unfortunately for her, if Offset, you know, does this again, it's going to be the same song and dance, you know. And at that point, you know, Cardi, if he does cheat on you again, and you guys go back to the same issues, which I hope you guys don't, you know, I hope you both are able to get along, you know, and have a beautiful, and even have more kids. You know, I really hope that they work it out, because, you know, they have been able to achieve a lot of success together. You know, I realize that them two together have been able to make a lot of, you know, music success in the industry. But what I'm saying is that it seems like they've been having these issues for a long time. And so I'm not really sure what Cardi is expecting him to change. Like, you're showing him that he can do all this and you'll still take him back. Like, what you're doing is saying, okay, well, you've done this so many times, and I've warned you by filing for divorce. So hopefully now, you know, you will respect me. Hopefully now you will not cheat on me. You will not, you know, disrespect me. But is that going to happen? You know, we're going to have to wait and see. But what I think is even sad, what I think is even more sad, is that, you know, she has accomplished a lot, you know, in her music career. And I just feel like Cardi can find, you know, another man out here who is faithful. You know, I mean, that goes for everybody. You know, this goes for everybody. Like, if you are in a relationship, right, and, you know, you love this person so deeply, but they don't treat you right, they're not there for you, they cheat on you, they talk bad to you, if they put their hands on you, especially if they put their hands on you, you should not be with that person. Like that is a major, like, danger, like, red flag after red flag after red flag. And What's sad to me is that for a young lady with so much, great, for so much beauty and, music success, like, regardless of people think about her, or any other celebrity, you don't have to be in a position where you're having to exchange, your self-respect and what you expect out of a man or woman just because of what people think about you. I really hope that people are not forcing her to get back with him just because that'd be a really, really bad reason for her to go back. The only real reason why she should go back is if she feels he's going to change and they both love each other and she wants to make it work, right? That's a good reason. But a bad reason to go back is if this guy is manipulating you and guilt tripping you into being with him, and he's not even agreed with her to change. Like, Offset should agree with Offset should agree with Cardi to change. He should most definitely agree with her to be a better man. And it's like, time after time, it feels like Cardi's putting herself on the line for him, but what is he doing for her besides financial or whatever, like emotionally, like, what is he doing for her to make her feel loved, to make her feel secure? FYI, cheating on your girl is not going to make her feel secure. Him cheating on her is not going to make her feel good at all. So what she should get out of him, when she's back with him and she, is going to be seeing out with him again, what she should get out of him is his word that he's going to change and stop doing what he's been doing. But like I said, I believe that once a cheater is always a cheater. Like, that phrase rings true to me, And if you don't like something that someone does to you in a romantic relationship, you do not have to put up with that. I've shared my own twin flame experience, and I've shared my own, little issues with that. And I've told you guys that it was hard for me to, kind of turn my back and walk away and block communication. But you know what? I felt better about it, and it was best for me because I did not want to be disrespected. Like, that's one thing with me that I'm never going to allow, is for someone to disrespect me, and especially not with another woman. So Cardi, if Cardi has any kind of fire in her belly like I do about, commitment and being respected, she would not put up with that. If Cardi had any sense of, knowing in her body that, listen, like, I don't want to deal with a guy who has community dick. I don't want to deal with a guy who is able to have sex with anybody and then come back to you. You can catch something. You can also get heartbroken, amongst other bad things. So, a lot of us love Cardi, and a lot of us have seen Cardi's, rise to fame. At least I have. I saw all the way from Love and Hip Hop. I saw Cardi's success. I saw Cardi really, really level up in success, and I really hope, my hope for her is that, she will understand and know that she can have somebody in her life that will be committed to her and only her. That is my hope for every single woman watching this video, including myself, is that we need to know and embrace, once again, that we don't have to settle. We don't have to accept poor behavior, all in the name of love, all in the name of, oh, I miss him. Yeah, if you miss him, that means that you are detaching and then you are moving on. If you miss somebody that did you dirty and you're moving on, that means that you are getting out of a situation. And whether it's peer pressure or what, I don't know what it is, but Cardi vocalized that she missed him. Okay, that's natural. But, you're going to be going through the same loop. The sad thing for her is that under these conditions, with no agreement for him to change and not cheat on her, it's going to be the same game. It's going to be the same thing. And even worse, the reality is that it's like he has his cake and he can eat it. I hate to say it like that, but that's the reality. She's making it seem like, okay, well, she doesn't obviously want him to do this, but that's what it is. He can, have sex with somebody else and then go right back to her when he feels like it. And he's winning. She's losing because she doesn't have a loyal partner, and he's winning because he has a loyal woman who's successful, who's rich, who's good looking, to most people's standards, beautiful, And he's winning by having a wife who is gonna keep forgiving him, keep forgiving him. But she's losing because she's not getting the basic things out of her man that she wants, which is loyalty, respect, to be there in her life and never leave her for someone else. And the sad reality is that, you know, we can see it, I can see it, you know, she could easily just find another guy, you know, who's going to be faithful to her and be real when they say that I'm gonna not cheat on you. Or, you know, you're gonna keep playing that song and dance and keep playing that game, and then every time he breaks your heart, you're gonna be shocked, you know. And so you know, me supporting them staying married, you know, because I believe that marriage is good for the child, you know. But besides that, you know, anything that Offset does, anything that Offset does that, you know, should not be he should not be doing, I'm just gonna shake my head because she took him back, you know. It's great for the child, it's great for just them being married in general. Business wise, it's good. Business wise, it's good that they stay together. But I'm saying in terms of her, you know, having that dream husband who, you know, is stays in the house, you know, and respects her, you know, she's not going to get that in Offset unless he changes. She's not going to get that. Okay. And it's unfortunate, you know, it's very unfortunate that a lot of women, you know, feel like they can't get any better, they can't do any better, you know. And that's the reason why they stay. You know, as long as your mind tells you that I'm not going to find anybody else and there's nothing else better out there, then you're going to keep going back every time. But this actual second that you wake up and realize that this guy does not respect you and doesn't care about you in the way that you want him to care about you, besides having sex, you'll see that it's better to walk away and, you know, level up, get better, heal yourself, heal your broken heart, love on yourself some more, wisen up, and get somebody better. That's what real Cardi fans want for her, is for her to not be in this toxic, manipulative situation, right? But if she's deeply in love with him and she wants to give him a chance, she's entitled to that. She has every right to do that. But the public, you know, her fans, little girls who are watching her, looking up to all these people, you know, people that look up to these celebrities, it's not a good example. And on top of that, you know, the public are going to be laughing at her. And what's so sick to me is that they're not even laughing at Offset. You notice nobody's laughing at Offset. We're all giggling at Cardi. Nobody's laughing at him. We're all laughing at her. Because why? Because he just ain't that into you, right? You know, he just ain't that kind of upstanding gentleman. You know, I mean, besides him being a rapper has nothing to do with it. People say, oh, you know, the entertainers, you know, they can never stay together. That ain't true. Pulling the rapper card is just one of the many few things. Him being a rapper has nothing to do with him respecting or disrespecting her. Someone could be a rapper and still be respectful. Just because he's a rapper doesn't mean that he's naturally disrespectful. It's a choice. He's choosing, you know, Offset is choosing to dog Cardi out. He's choosing to do that, and he's winning. He's winning because he's able to have his cake and eat it too. And all the side chicks and all the side hoes and all the strippers that he's seen, you know, probably saved their number from Instagram and hooked up with, he probably still has those numbers. You know, does Cardi think that Offset is going to delete all those girls' numbers and never talk to them again? Like, my thing is this from Cardi: what is she expecting? Is she expecting him to change? Is she expecting him to be this gentleman all of a sudden? Well, unless he commits to doing that and being that for her, he's gonna give her the same thing, the same sex, the same lack of respect, and the same games, the same manipulative games. And you know, she doesn't need him. You know, she doesn't need him. And no woman for this fact needs anybody who is not going to stand by her and be loyal to her. Like, no woman needs a dog. You know, that's a dog. Okay. And dogs are easy to find. You know, fuck boys are easy to find, and there's plenty of them. Okay. So it's not an issue. But what's rare to find is a man who respects his home, respects his wife, respects his family, and stays there. That's what's rare, you know? And not this whole thing about, oh, a simp and all this crap. No, not that. We're talking about a real man, right? A man who knows his responsibilities and has committed to being that, you know, and that's way more noble and a good look for business, not only for business, his music career, but in general. You know, him being a family guy and being loyal to Cardi is a much better look than him running out here in these streets and making her look stupid. And he's making Cardi look stupid. So that's my thoughts on it. And thank you all for watching. Y'all can tell me in the comment section below what you guys think. But, you know, all the best to Cardi and Offset. You know, they are still married. They have a daughter. You know, they have a daughter. So, you know, I don't like divorce. So for the daughter's sake, I'm happy that, you know, the daughter will have both her mommy and her daddy. But in terms of romantic, you know, with Cardi and Offset, he's running a rampage on her. He is getting everything he wants, and everything he wants is not around commitment. It's not around their wedding vows. I mean, I'm pretty sure their wedding vows did not include infidelity. I'm pretty sure of that. But I guess in Offset's mind, he's able to do that and get away with it. And Cardi keeps proving every single time that he is. So that's up to them. But thank y'all for watching. Feel free to subscribe. If there's any other video suggestions or topics you want me to talk about, either with Cardi, Offset, or any other celebrity couple, or just dating in general, because I do love readings on my channel. So feel free to stick around, okay? Bye.